Oh, it's time to go live.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah. Live from my condo, home of 100,000 subscribers. Can you believe that stuff?
One more.
I would have said SHIT, but I'm not allowed to say that when we're live. I can only say that when we're recorded. Welcome to Ventnor.
Night number 1, 10 days, 10 ways to save.
Yes.
We are starting on the first night. We are going to do
Yeah.
how to find car deals right now in this market. Every night of 10 days, 10 ways to save.
Yes.
We're going to be doing a different live stream on a different topic.
Oh, every night? For the next 10 consecutive evenings?
I hope you're not busy tomorrow night, Dad, because we've got
Lucky for you, the Suns are on at 3:30.
So, folks, if you are joining us for the first time, take a peek at the 10 Days, 10 Ways page. Fill out the form. You're going to get email notifications each day with tips and also reminders for the 10 Days, 10 Ways stream. We've got the birthday stream on Tuesday for my dad as well. We'll start the giveaway then.
Is it my birthday on Tuesday?
70th birthday. Very excited for that.
You gotta be. I'm going to be 70. Come on, don't I look pretty good for a 70-year-old man? Short, fat, balding, and out of shape. Come on.
Tech difficulties? Let me check.
What kind of tech difficulties?
All right, we got green on our end. Someone let us know. Can you still hear us? Are we coming through okay? Thank you, Frank, for the congratulations on the 100,000. Want to make sure we're coming through good? Can someone let us know?
Yeah, because we're still amateurs at this, so.
The key is in the house.
Yeah.
Okay, Pop, so why don't we get started with Mike's in the house as well.
Good evening, Mike.
Mike, I just got your email.
Yeah.
Don't say a word. But, Mike, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, let us start with tonight's topic, Dad.
Okay.
So we're doing...
Yes.
Let's come down here. How to find the best car deals.
Yeah.
What steps, if you were in the market right now to buy a car, what steps would you be going through? Let's start with new cars. What steps would you be going through?
Research.
Okay, so let's walk through the research process, literally step by step.
Research. I mean, and when I say research, it's like try and figure out what car it is you want or what brand, and then what model within that brand. And so my suggestion to start, so you can get some sense of what on-hand inventories are at various dealerships, is to go to the manufacturer's websites of the brands that you're interested in and go to build a car. So let's build the car the way you want it.
Let's demo this. Let's demo it step by step.
Okay. Well, then pick.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
Ford. Ford's a good choice since everybody wants a Ford pickup.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. I mean,
okay.
Let's do, I guess,
this is now. If I was Ford, yes, I would be pushing the hell out of the all-electric truck that isn't going to be out for another year or so. But don't let that stop you. Simply because you can't get your hands on a 2021, but let's find out how bad it is.
Which one do you want us to do? Which one? Well,
let's do an F-150.
A normal one though, not a
lightning.
Okay.
Like something not too crazy.
Okay, so we're gonna look at you. You pop up everywhere. So we're gonna build in price.
I would, so that way you can.
So your recommendation is go through the builder, right?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. So you can see what it would be.
Use your current location. Allow. Nope, we're not going to open preferences. Okay, just submit. It's close enough.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're going to build our own, or let us find it for you?
Well, I think if you build your own, they'll still at the end say, "Hey, this is the available on-hand inventory."
So let's say you're doing
a super cab. Super crew. You want to do a super cab or a super crew?
Super crew.
Okay.
It got a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah.
Moderate size bed. Configure.
Yeah.
So this is okay. So again, if you're buying a new car, this is where you start. Go to the manufacturer website.
This is what I would do.
This is what you do. Okay. So what color? You like your grays, don't you?
Oh, I am stone gray, buddy.
You're more okay. We'll go.
You want to go lead foot?
We'll go lead foot.
Lead foot.
Well, it increases the price, but that's okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you go through to your packages and everything.
Yes, and you pick your packages.
All right. Let's just do a 360 camera. Okay. We don't need to demo how to use builders. Most people understand how builders work.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay, we'll add this thing as well. Okay. All right, so we've built our truck.
Okay.
Summary. Search inventory.
Okay.
So pretty much is it I don't want to say it's fact, but most of the manufacturers have some sort of search inventory.
They all do. Yeah, because the agreements they have with their local dealers is to try and direct their local customers to those dealers.
So now we get to continue.
Yeah. Yeah.
0 exact matches.
Yes.
Not too surprised.
So that indicates that exactly what you want doesn't exist on anybody's lot, but there's 15 similar matches.
Okay, so what are you doing with one of these similar matches? What's the step you're taking next?
Well, I would take a look and see if it's similar enough.
Yeah. Let's just pretend that it is.
Yes.
You know what was interesting, actually? I'm going to click back.
Okay.
It says dealer ordered.
So
does that not mean it's on their... Oh,
yeah.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Most of them appear to be dealer ordered.
Yeah. They're
not on the lots yet.
Yeah, they're either being built, scheduled to be built, hope to be built, could be shipped, may never be shipped. But yeah, so let's look at ones that are actually in somebody's inventory.
So let's do this one.
Okay.
So Diesel says expand to 100 miles. I think Diesel... Well, you tell me, Dad, what's your next step here? Let's say it meets interested in a new. Now, we're not going to fill out the lead form yet.
Yeah.
You taking the bid?
So the original truck that we built...
I'm turning on the AC, but yeah, go ahead.
...was about $43,000. So, and nobody had the original truck that we built. So now, we're looking at a truck that's $53,000 because, well, it's similar. It's similar in the sense that it's a Ford.
So what's your next step, Pops?
I want to see what equipment it has.
Okay.
So you want to see what all the equipment is, so you can see if it even comes relatively close, or maybe it don't.
Well, what are you doing after that?
Well, I want to run a market price report.
Because I think it's going to be kind of tricky for us to demo the idea of us knowing exactly what equipment we want on a truck that we just built when we didn't even say explicitly what equipment we wanted.
Well, you didn't.
Okay, so at that point, so you're finding inventory that you think would be appropriate, then you're running it back in the MPR.
Yes, so you can see how long it's been on the dealer's lot.
So that one's not even advertised for sale yet. Wow. But that's one of the nice things with the market price report is you can then enter the zip code and it'll find similar ones. Okay. So let's see here.
I thought it had found similar ones. I thought that was the whole idea behind what Ford did.
Yes, exactly, but this one's not currently advertised on the dealer's website yet.
Well, how could that be?
It doesn't even come up.
Jeez. They don't have any trucks.
So when you click on dealer website, it doesn't even come up.
Yeah.
So that's how that can be.
Okay,
so let's go back. But the market price report did find 200.
Yes.
In our area.
Well, our area is rather expansive.
Well, that's the whole point, right? To do a 100-mile search at this point.
So in the Atlantic City area, where we're located, there's 6.
But I guess I just want to be crystal clear.
So
go ahead.
But so if you don't mind traveling, say, to Philadelphia, there's 86. Or if you don't mind traveling up to northern New Jersey or central Jersey.
So this is the whole point of the research phase, is going to the manufacturer website, building what you want.
Yes.
Realizing that likely you're not going to be able to get exactly what you want.
Yes.
Finding one that is close to what you want.
Yes.
Running it back in the market price report, at which point you'll be able to see all of the similar vehicles associated with that one, your make, model, trim. All of these have different MSRPs because they have different options.
Yes.
One of the things that I guess we would then suggest is sort by negotiability score.
Or sort by MSRP. If you were looking for a truck that was in the
$91,000,
that was in the $43,000, that was in the $43,000 price range, then you don't necessarily want to be looking at a truck that's $91,000.
Fair enough. So let's see if we can find one here that's the $43,000.
Yeah.
The tricky thing is none of them
are very negotiable because.
But this would be the process and the steps that you would go through, correct?
Yes.
So let's run one for one of these. Let's sort by negotiability. This one's 45. Let's see. That's probably going to be pretty similar to what we want.
Okay.
Let's regenerate that market price
Fred
report.
Beans of Langhorne. Yeah.
So we're talking about 56 miles away from where we originally started. Not the end of the world necessarily.
No.
I mean, especially when there's tight inventory.
Yes.
I guess these are kind of like the take. There you go. 179 days on the lot.
You have to ask yourself, why has it been on the lot that long?
Pops, can you explain this price history? Is this the yo-yo theory?
Apparently, yeah. Their theory must be, well, if it didn't sell at the low price, it's because it's priced too low, and so it needs to be at a higher price. And there was, believe it or not, in the Atlantic City area, there was an art dealer who whose theory when it came to selling art and artsy kinds of stuff in his store was, if it didn't sell at the price he had it marked for, he raised it. Because he figured if he raised it high enough, somebody would walk in and go, "Oh my God, that thing's $10,000. That must be worth every penny if they're asking that much for it." And he was very successful. So apparently Fred Beans is using that strategy on this pickup truck.
Doesn't seem to be too successful though, because it's been 179 days on the lot.
Yes.
So again, to find deals right now,
yes,
or find the potential deals because of the inventory shortage on the new car side.
Yes.
Go ahead, go to a manufacturer website, build something that you think will work.
Yes.
Then be prepared to compromise.
Yeah, of course.
Then run the market price report with a VIN that makes sense to you.
Yes.
And identify things that are in similar MSRP. Again, compromise, but then sort by negotiability. That'll help you identify vehicles that you're going to have a better chance of actually working a deal on.
And you would think that at 179 days on the lot that Fred Beans would be somewhat motivated to make that vehicle go away, under normal circumstances for sure, under even these abnormal circumstances, because it's costing them money to have it sit there. They might see the value in taking a shorter deal.
Let us know in the chat. Do you want to see us? Because I just clicked on the email templates in the app as well to request the out the door quote. And Pops, would you feel that this is unethical? Let me ask the question. First, does the community want to see us use our own email templates to try and work a car deal? And then would you even allow me to do that?
No.
Or is that no? Because it's just wasting someone's time.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
It's not fair. Yeah, no, it's not fair. I mean, listen, a lot of dealerships do a lot of things that aren't fair. But that doesn't mean that because dealerships do a lot of things that aren't fair, that we should do things that aren't fair. And I wouldn't want to waste anybody's time, effort, and energy getting back to us.
So we can make a video,
that's not fair to them.
Okay, other thing I'll mention is we got the promo codes right now, the MEM529, MEM549, back at the website, yourautoadvocate.com, if you want to use all the tools and stuff.
What's that do for you?
It takes $5 off the $29 plan or the $49 plan. $49 comes with the console.
Wow.
Pops, Barry wants to know, are we better off ordering a car? We are in no hurry for a car even for a year from now.
Are you better off? Well, you're better off in the sense that you'll get exactly what it is that you want. You just don't know when you might get exactly what it is that you want. With the inventory challenges and the production challenges, nobody really knows when a particular vehicle will be able to be built. So if you have patience and you can wait and place an order today for a vehicle that might not come in for 6, 7, 8 months, and you're okay with that, because that way at least you can get exactly what it is that you want, and certainly try to negotiate a price that's better for you because you're willing to wait.
Sorry, I just got totally taken aback by Juan's comment.
Yeah.
Kia dealership in Montana not allowing buyers to test drive the Telluride unless you sign and agree on paying 15 or 18% above MSRP. Thoughts?
What's the next state over? Go to a different state. Okay, that's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, and
Nick, we'll talk about used next.
And you could sign the form, and it doesn't mean anything that you sign the form if all you want to do is drive it. Because everybody should have the ability to be able to test drive whatever it is they might be thinking about possibly considering as a vehicle purchase in the future. If they want to say, if you need to understand that if you do agree to buy it, it's going to be 15 to 18% above MSRP. That's great. Yeah, no, not a problem. I understand. I'm not going to buy it, but I'm going to drive it. You don't have to tell them that, but yeah.
Did a syndicate of car guys launch a DOS attack on Ray's condo? Don't know what that means. Okay, let's talk about used cars, Dad. Because we've painted the picture on the new car side. Yeah. Manufacturer website, market price report.
Yes.
Let's be very real about finding used car deals and, quite frankly, wave the flag on the potential pitfalls of used cars right now, i.e. a lot of rougher cars are in the market than ever before.
I think they might fall under the category of crap.
So if you're looking to buy a used car, one of the resources I'll recommend, and I'm interested on your take, Dad, there's a website called Auto Tempest.
Okay.
Auto Tempest aggregates results from eBay, Cars.com, TrueCar, Carvana, Hemmings, Cars and Bits, CarSoup, Cars Direct.
Yeah.
So that's one thing is, you can get everything kind of aggregated in one place.
Yeah.
But quite frankly, the best place to find used car inventory right now?
Where? I'm looking at you.
Obituary.
Oh, yeah.
My dad came up with a brilliant idea to find used cars. It's
yeah. Look in the obituary, see who died.
no, neither of us feel good saying this, but it's the truth. Well, I don't feel good saying it.
The estate might need to have a vehicle that they need to get rid of.
That is literally probably the best way to find a vehicle right now.
Well, I don't know that it's the best way, but it's a way. It's another way to be able to perhaps find something before it might actually make it into the papers or digitally somewhere that the vehicle's for sale.
And quite frankly, if it is for sale at a dealership, one of the things that'll be really helpful is if you do run a market price report on it and you see the time on lot, and let's say it's a used car that has like 6 days time on lot, you should be really asking, like, where did they source that from?
Yeah, and how thorough was your reconditioning inspection?
Pops, let's do a quick, let's say we're buying a Ford F-150 2018. Sure, Lariat.
Okay.
The reason I'm doing this is I want you to talk about stock numbers really quickly.
Okay.
Because I think there's some really incredible stuff that our community can pick up from this. So is this for sale at a dealership? McLaughlin Ford.
Okay. Yes, Sumter, South Carolina.
Okay, so let's go to the dealer website.
Stock number, that's the trade-in.
Okay, boom. How do you know that was a trade-in?
The A at the end of the stock number.
This, if you watch one section of tonight's live stream, this is probably, if you're looking to source used car deals, one thing you really should keep in mind.
Yes, because when you look at the apparently they use like the last 6 or 7 numbers of the VIN for their stock number on a car. 1, 2, 3, 6 plus a letter.
And so the letter A.
The letter A means it was a trade-in, because it gets the stock number of the car that the person bought, and the letter A indicates that was the trade-in on that car. If this was 29416B, that would indicate that it was a trade-in on the trade-in.
So if you see a stock number on a used vehicle and it doesn't have an A or a B, does that signify auction?
If it has, it might be that stock number with the letter P at the end, which would indicate purchase. Okay, and that could be either an auction, that could be a purchase from somebody off the street, but oftentimes a P, either preceding the numbers or at the end. If you see it where it's a letter L, that could indicate that it's a loaner that's been put into...
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, you have to differentiate, you have to know what your loaners were.
Are lease returns signified in any way with stock numbers?
No. Yeah, it would just be an A.
It would be an A as a trade-in, essentially. Yeah. So the reason that I bring this up...
Or in a lease return, excuse me, it would probably be a P because you're buying it from the lease company.
Gotcha. The reason that I bring this up is because from the Black Book reports, we know that the vehicles that are making it to auction are rougher and rougher, and the amount of inventory making it to auction is fewer and fewer. So if a vehicle is for sale and it's got a stock number with a P in it, that probably means it came from auction.
It could mean that.
Could mean it came from auction. There's a better... If it has A or B, you know it didn't.
You can ask.
And you should ask.
Yeah, so if you see the letter P, say... Was it purchased at an auction? Was it purchased from somebody off the street? Was it purchased from a wholesaler? Where did you purchase it from? Try and get as much information as you can.
Because if it was purchased at auction, probably a rough vehicle coming to auction.
More than likely these days, yes. And part of the issues that's happening in the industry today is that they're not doing a particularly good job of reconditioning and safety checks. They're just dumping these cars on the lots as quickly as they can for as much money as they possibly can, and then worrying about everything later.
Yeah, so get a pre-purchase inspection. And if you're looking for used car deals, expect to probably pay list price. And don't get screwed on the back end.
Yes.
Call Mike Dean and ask for a credit union pre-approval.
Yes.
Get your VSC from YAA.
Okay, I'm in on that.
Get your gap from your auto insurer.
Yeah, if you can. Not all auto insurers do that.
Pops, we have a question here from Mark that I want to hit on, but Brian, thank you kindly. Our first donation of tonight, our first donation in the 100,000 subscriber range. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you very, very much. That was very kind of you. Unnecessary, but we'll never turn it down. Oh, we won't. No. We got bills, buddy.
We run a lot of electric in here.
Yeah.
Brian says, Dad, enjoy what you guys are doing with many car dealerships adding market adjustment to MSRP. Does that essentially prohibit any negotiating?
Well, no. It just means that the negotiating starts at a much higher number. So, a dealership can add $10,000 in additional dealer markup or market adjustment. And let's say the MSRP was $50,000, they add $10,000 for a market adjustment. Well, you're now negotiating off of the $60,000 instead of off of the $50,000.
It just kind of raises the floor.
But it doesn't mean you can't negotiate.
Yeah.
They would, if they're asking 60 and the thing has an MSRP of 50. Well, there's nothing that says they wouldn't take 55. They're still getting $5,000 over MSRP, and that's what the issue becomes: is you're negotiating that fluff. You're negotiating air at that point. You're not negotiating anything of real value, other than the fact that they've made the car available to you when there's a short supply.
Yeah, exactly.
You're paying for that privilege.
So, I want to pull up two things here from automotive news I think will be helpful, and then we'll jump back to Mark's question. Okay.
Okay. What was Mark's question again?
Hey, Jimmy D's in the house. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. Okay. Customer incentives. I just pulled this up in automotive news.
Yes.
My dad and I have not looked at this, so we're all looking at it together.
Yeah.
This just came out on the 21st, 24th. This is brand new. These are the current incentives. Let's see. Is there anything compelling?
Well, there's no on the 22 models.
You can still get an i3 with a big incentive.
Yeah, but that's because it's the
I know, I'm teasing.
The tax credits that you get for an electric vehicle.
So why don't we look at some of the bigger brands?
And you can look at, typically when you look at BMWs, 2750 on a 5 Series was nothing. That would typically probably be closer to $4,500 or $5,000 in normal times. So that gives you some idea. They're cutting their incentives back dramatically.
Let's look at some of the more mainstream brands or more accessible brands. So we've got the F-150. There's still a $1,500 potential cash rebate.
Yeah.
0% financing as well.
Yeah.
In lieu of rebates, cut rate financing is available. Okay, so it's one or the other.
Yeah.
Which is pretty typical or has become typical.
The 8.9 doesn't seem like a cheap rate.
No, that seems quite high.
Yeah.
And that's going to be like your tier 4 rate.
Yeah, my guess is you've got to have like almost an 800 credit score to qualify for the zero.
Yeah. Lincoln, we have very minimal incentives.
Yeah. Now, when you start getting to the
2020s. Yeah. Okay, so here we go, talking about finding deals.
Yeah.
2020s.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to bless you. You need to get a Ford EcoSport. Or
Ford
an Edge
or the
Fusion.
Escape.
Yeah.
There you go, $4,000.
Yeah.
So if you can still find prior model year new vehicles, that's probably. Would you say even amidst the used car market, that's probably where you've got the best values?
I think new. Yes, especially if there isn't an additional dealer markup on them,
and if likely there isn't going to be on that.
Because your pre-owned cars are selling at wholesale.
Yeah.
For more than their original MSRP in many cases on 1 and 2 year old pre-owned cars. So obviously if the dealers are paying above MSRP to buy a 1 or 2 year old car, they're going to sell it for more than MSRP. So you're just better off getting a brand new car.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. But these incentives are pretty compelling. We're actually working on pulling incentives back into yourautoadvocate.com, so stay tuned for that as well. Toyota over here. Prius, but that's going to be because what is the Mirai? And how can you get $20,000 off of it? That's like the Chevy Bolt type action that's going on.
Well, I don't know what the
I've never heard of it. Yeah. Buick, but yeah, you can see here 2020.
I don't know every model. God knows.
There you go. There's the Bolt though. Look at that. $9,000 off a 2020 Bolt.
Yeah.
So if you can if you're watching this, take a quick screen grab if you need to. But these are the current incentives that are in the market. Should be helpful. The next thing I want to pull up, Pops.
Yes.
Because this is all how to find a deal, right? We have from Automotive News the market day supply for the different manufacturers from May 1st.
Yes.
So this is month over month.
Which is now lower than these numbers.
The reason that we built the market price report, and this was Mark's vehicle that he's working on, is so that you can see the market day supply in real time. All of the different industry providers do it monthly.
Yes.
So you can see it in real time if you run a VIN back at yourautoadvocate.com. But let's just take a peek at this because it's nice and organized.
Unlike us?
Look at this, man. Ford's market day supply is down to 27, or was down to 27.
And I bet you it's lower than that now.
Yeah.
Because this is the 22nd of the month.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's for their cars, excuse me. Trucks are down to 34. Lincoln's down to 30. So Ford total is down to 35 days supply.
Yeah, that's low.
Let's see. Acura is 50. 50.
Okay. Yeah.
I think, is Volvo going to be on here? Because Volvo has had very high 45. So if you're in the market, maybe consider an Acura or a Volvo. They've got relatively high market day supply right now.
And that's not really high.
No, but relative to
everybody else.
At 16.
Yes.
Can you explain briefly what the heck that means?
That means if most Subaru dealers, if they didn't get another car in from the manufacturer, that they could deplete through selling their entire inventory in 16 days.
We drove past the Subaru dealership last night.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
It was mostly asphalt. Yeah. Not a lot of cars covering that asphalt. Yeah.
All right, Pops, shall we open up the phone lines?
I was wondering when we were going to get to the phone lines.
Okay, so with the 10 days, 10 ways, we want to be able to market supply. Honda Hunter wants to know. Honda Hunter, 44, down from 55.
Yeah,
44.
And I'm sure it's lower today than it was on May 1st.
If you want to know the market day supply of a vehicle in your area, just run a market price report back on yourautoadvocate.com. Oh, this was Mark down in Florida, asking about fees in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Florida, so the fees are going to be high.
Yeah.
Wild West.
Yes.
All right, Pops. Let's toss on the headphones and let's take our first phone calls of the night.
Well, yeah. I have my notepad here, so I can either take notes or jot down my grocery list. One of the two.
So we've got the birthday stream happening on Tuesday night. So please, if you're going to join us for any of these streams, please join us on Tuesday.
Tuesday's a special night.
You're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hi, this is Jim from DC. This is Honda Hunter.
Hey, Honda Hunter. I pulled up the market day supply for you. Did you see that?
Yes. And I just want to say thank you to Kimberly. She helped me out yesterday and coached me on how to approach the negotiations at the dealership. It saved me $400 a day at the dealership, plus $2,300 with the loan.
Oh my God! So that sounds like you saved about $2,700.
So yes.
Okay, I think that deserves the Ray Shefska stamp of approval. What do you think? Would you agree with that?
I think so.
Okay.
On the screen.
There you go.
With some confetti.
Oh my God! Nicely done.
And the other thing is, I bought a dealer service vehicle. And,
a retired service loaner.
Yeah, it only had 3,400 miles on it.
Yep.
Got the full manufacturer warranty on it, 36 months, 36,000 miles. But some things to watch out for when you get the if you get the vehicle service contract or the 3-for-1 plan that fixes dings and the tires and so forth. You got to watch out because they'll put in the standard 45,000 miles or 72 months, but you got to make them add the extra miles because the car already has 3,400 miles on it.
Yeah, it's a good call out.
Yes.
I mean, the different products that you can buy, like an extended warranty or tire and wheel, the way that they work is like number of miles or amount of time. And so if you've already got miles on the car, then that eats into the potential miles that are going to be applicable on the contract.
Yeah.
So, and then the other thing is I asked for what do you call that? The base for the finance. I asked for the what did Kim call that? Kimberly,
the buy rate.
That's asked for the buy rate. and they showed me the model. They said, "Oh, well, you're approved for 4.39%." I'm like, I have an 800 credit score.
What's the buy rate?
This is the buy rate. So I'm like, fine, I'll buy the car. Next month, I'm going to get 2% from my credit union, and you guys get a chargeback.
And so did they find you a better rate suddenly?
No.
Wow.
They said that was it. So and they said if I want the $500 veteran discount, I have to go through Honda. So I went ahead and did that.
Okay.
Next month, I'll go through my credit union and get 2%.
Yeah, and how much interest can they charge for a month? If it's $40 or $50, you're still $450 ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
So good for you.
So, anyways, thanks for your time. I just want to shout out big thanks to Kimberly. She was a great help.
Well, terrific. Thank you. And I know Kimberly gets a great deal of personal satisfaction from being able to help our community members, and it means the world to her.
All right.
Have a good night.
Yep.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
What a great way to start.
Cool. Yeah, that is a great way to start the
night.
night.
Kimberly, so during the 10 days, 10 ways, each night of the live stream, Kimberly is going to join us for a few of the streams.
Okay.
Also, your headphones are on backwards, just an FYI.
Again?
Yeah, it's okay, though.
Oh, my God, I could hear it all so much better now.
Phone lines are back open. Whoops. That's loud. Still haven't figured out how to make that less loud. Hey, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? This is Vincent Gare. I'm calling from Tulare, California, and I'm trying to be in the process of buying a car in this crazy time.
Yeah. Well, you and the rest of us here, how can we help you?
Yeah.
So my main question is, I was recently in a car accident, so we're kind of forced right now to buy a car. But with the market so high, we're not sure if we should buy a car or if it's a smart idea to possibly lease a car and maybe try to wait this crazy economy over and see if things will be a little bit more calmed down in about 3 years.
Well, things hopefully should be back to normal within 3 years. And if you're leasing, even if you were to lease a car right now, you're probably going to overpay for it to a certain degree. But at least you're only paying for the depreciation portion and a little bit of interest portion on it over that 3 years of time. It's whatever you're most comfortable with. But the beauty of the lease is it allows you to typically get a little more car for the same type of comfortable payment that you can normally handle. And if you do lease a car, don't put money down, because all you're doing is making the car less expensive to the lender, and you're not really doing yourself any favors other than lowering your payment.
Okay, yeah, my main concern was that if we did buy a used car, and I'm noticing that even the used cars are being priced way more than the MSRP right now, or a little more.
Yes.
With the normal 58% depreciation after 3 years, I'm worried in 3 years that car's going to be worth almost next to nothing just because of the normal depreciation.
What do you mean, if it were a used car?
Yeah.
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 Well, right now, cars are an appreciating asset, but I can guarantee you that probably a year from now or 18 months from now, things should be back to somewhat normal, and cars will once again become depreciating assets. So,
but maybe there's an opportunity to lease a prior model year. That could be a great opportunity.
Well, yeah, maybe a 2020, but
yeah,
the captive lenders will only go so deep into the next model year where they will lease the previous model year.
Gotcha.
So you have to be careful, and you're probably approaching that time. But with the shortages, maybe they're making adjustments, and they might be more willing than they have been in the past to extend the amount of time that they would lease.
And I guess it's worth calling out. We started at the beginning of the stream talking about how to research and find the potential deals. That first 10 minutes should, even if you're leasing or buying or paying cash, that first 10 minutes is probably the best advice we can provide in terms of trying to find the right vehicle, running the marketplace reports. So that's definitely still the place to start.
Okay, perfect. I'll check that out. But thanks. I love you guys' little YouTube show, and keep it coming.
Well, we're trying our best. He's going to make me keep this coming for the next 9 nights after this.
Okay, it's going to be so much fun celebrating your birthday with everyone.
Yes.
I think so too. Thank you guys know.
See ya.
Thanks.
Pops, let's answer Mark's question here. Guys,
Okay.
the GSM is driving the car.
Yes.
Okay. Got no response to the YAA email template that he sent. It was for this Kia Sorento SX Prestige.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been sitting on the lot for 90 plus days.
Yeah.
Good value, high negotiability. What should he do? Call him?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that the GSM wouldn't be interested in selling the car. You want to find out how many miles are on the car. Typically, most dealerships won't allow a manager to drive a car and put more than 400 to 4,500 miles on them. So you want to find out how many miles are on it, and then typically the manager can't get into his next demo until he sells his current demo. Now, he might not have as much incentive to sell the current demo because there might not be a future demo if there's as much of a shortage as there has been. But I would think that certainly I would get in touch with the GSM, and if he won't answer you, talk to the general manager, because the general manager gets paid on store profit, and he doesn't make any profit if they don't sell a car. So.
Phone lines are back open. 855-587-2886.
855-587-2886.
That was good.
Well, I don't know.
That was good.
It was all right. The phone's not ringing, so how good was it?
I'm waiting to be saved by the bell here.
Well, we're not being
Every
saved by
night
the bell.
of the streams, we're going to help as many people as we can. If you sign up for the email notifications as well, the place to sign up for the email notifications is back on the 10 Days, 10 Ways landing page. Just put your information in there. You'll get the notifications. You will be able to, Kendall's calling in. Kendall's a good guy.
Yes.
You'll be able to submit your deal for analysis as well. You are on with your auto advocate. Is it who I think it is?
Live
Yeah, that was pretty damn good. That was great. That was good. That gets the Race Jeffska stamp on the front.
I love it.
What's up, Kendall?
How are you guys doing?
Oh my God! We are having so much fun here at the Jersey Shore. It's good to be back in our element. It's good to be home, and it's good to be hanging out with all our friends tonight.
Awesome. You guys, you know what? I just wanted to call you up, let you know I'm still out here. I'm still watching, and you're doing a hell of a job, if I may say so myself. And I also wanted to sort of give you a quick update.
Okay.
I found my old truck.
Yay!
Finally. It sat in Mannheim's parking lot for like a couple weeks.
Wow.
And I knew that because it was still connected to my Ford app or whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I traced it. It's at some auto sales. I guess they bought it from Mannheim, up in just north of Atlanta.
Wow.
Now, the company bought it from me at $31,500. Now, this folks, they must have bought it for more, and now they're trying to sell it for around $36,000.
36.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So Kendall, just to let everyone on the stream know, Kendall sold to not Carvana, but a company that eventually went on to sell to Carvana his Ford F-150. Was it an F-150, Kendall?
It was, yes.
And now you've tracked it, and you sold it to them for $31,500, and then you found it for sale for $36,000.
Correct.
And that was in tip-top condition, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in very, very good condition. But I will say, I looked at it online, and I'm like, holy smokes, they really make it look nice. I mean, they buffed the hell out of that thing.
It's amazing what a professional detailer can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to say to you guys,
Yeah.
and this just tickled me pink. I lost money in the .com bust. I lost money whenever the housing market hit because I bought right at the top. I'm terrible at timing the market. But thanks to your auto advocate, I was able to, for the first time in my life, absolutely sell my vehicle almost at the top and buy my vehicle almost at the bottom, my new one. And it was like amazing. I keep going back and I'll look it up on the on the pricing guide that you guys have, where you enter the VIN in, and I'll take a look at it, and I'll say, look, it was there. I told my wife. And then it was here, and then it was there, and then it went way up. I bought it right here.
Dad, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think we are making marriages stronger as a result of our advocacy?
Well, we're either going to make marriages last longer or divorces come quicker. One of the two.
So we're doing a public service.
Well, either way, yeah.
Hey, I know one marriage you guys are making last longer, so there you go. Put that on your nuts.
Kendall, that's wonderful to hear, and I'm so thrilled that for once in your life you bought at the right time and not at the wrong time, and you sold at the right time, and it's wonderful when all that comes together, and we can help people save money and make money.
Absolutely. And I wanted to say one thing to everybody out there listening on a very sober note, and that is I started watching you guys last year, like, I don't know, late summer, and I've been looking at F-250s for probably 6 months. I was looking, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and the right opportunity, the stars aligned, and I made my move. And so what I would say to all your listeners out there, it looks very frustrating right now. I get it. Everything's very expensive. The inventory is low and all that. This will pass. So if you can be patient, do your due diligence, listen to these guys, go to the school, learn all you can. When that time does pop up, you'll be ready for it. And these guys will get you ready. And so I just wanted to let everybody know, hey, if you're out there and you're frustrated, patience will pay off. I'm living proof.
Well, thank you, Kendall. That really is the key in a tough market. And as you said, you are living proof that if you take your time and you just really keep your eye on the ball, you can make the move when it's in your best interest to make the move, not the dealerships.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, and Kendall, I checked the bank statement earlier. I didn't see that the check I sent you cashed yet, so just make sure you deposit that. Yeah, thanks, Kendall.
Hey, wait, you know what? I will give you a little something that you guys could take to the bank. And that is, tonight, in the feed bag, I had cheese stuffed mushrooms wrapped in bacon.
Ooh.
Ray,
Yeah.
Zach, that is heaven. Cheese stuffed mushrooms wrapped in bacon, and you can take that to the bank.
I think I know what I'm doing after the live stream.
Kendall, thanks for calling in, my friend. Enjoy the night and look forward to hearing from you again soon.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep, take care, Kendall. Thank you.
Man, the YAA community is
yes.
strong. Pops.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
I mean, we're what, 42 minutes in, and we only have 102 likes, folks. We smash the damn like button. I shouldn't have to beg for this. Live stream after live stream. Just smash that like button. That's how our dear friends at what's the name of this company? YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube.
YouTube. How they decide to pass our stuff on to others to consider.
Kev Cook, Pops. Let's help Kev Cook. How can I get a car with bad credit, low score, 491? What tips do you have for someone like Kev in this current market? And be honest, we got it.
Well, I will be honest. With a sub 500 credit score, it's going to be very, very difficult. I would, if it were me, I would establish some type of relationship with a credit union, with a local credit union. And if you have money saved up, open a savings account at that credit union, open a checking account at that credit union, and make a friend in that credit union.
Are you going to need a cosigner with that low of a credit score?
Here's the deal. Cosigners help no credit. Cosigners don't necessarily help bad credit. Okay, so cosigners come in handy if you're like a first-time buyer and you don't really have established credit. But if you've established a history of the credit's less than stellar, cosigner typically won't help. In some cases it may, but what will really help is the amount of money that you're willing to put down. If you're looking at, say, a $20,000 car and you have $10,000 to $12,000 to put down, then my guess is that most credit unions and even some banks would go, guy's got 10,000 to 12,000 reasons why he's not going to go bad on this note. So cash is king. The more cash you can put down, the more reasons a bank would have to approve the loan, or the credit union would have to approve the loan. So, but establish a relationship with your local bank or your local credit union.
Nice. Alcatraz Go is on the stream from the dealership, negotiated off of MSRP thanks to the market price reports he ran back at YAA.
Wow, see, this stuff actually works.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Going to open the phone lines back up. It's 855-587-2886, 855-587-2886. Again, 10 days, 10 ways to save leading up to Memorial Day night number 1.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, please.
After May 31st, do I get like a vacation? Have I accrued vacation time for doing 10 consecutive nights of... forget it.
You're technically a non-exempt employee, I think, so you don't
is
even
that
get...
what I'm considered?
Which one doesn't get overtime?
Your dad?
Your dad. Correct. Being a dad does not pay overtime. You're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where you from? What can we do to help?
Hi, I'm Tim. I'm in the Chicago area.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm okay, living the dream when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I like that. And if you don't mind, Jim, I'm going to use that
Tim,
line.
I think it was Tim.
Was it Jim or Tim?
Sure. Tim.
Tim.
With a T.
Okay, I'm sorry, as opposed to Jim with a J. Tim,
Right.
if you don't mind, I'm going to use that line, but
Sure.
but I will give attribution to you.
Well, you know, I persevere the wall of adversity and struggle through every day.
How can we help, Tim? I like it already.
Yeah.
I'm a 61-year-old, recently retired, disabled veteran.
Okay.
Thanks for your service.
And due to health issues, I'm trying to kind of get what I consider my dream car.
Okay.
Which would probably be like a 392 Durango. Where I bought my Journey 9 years ago, which is paid off, it's a blacktop. They don't make it anymore. I've done some upgrades to it. It's really, really looking stout.
Okay.
I'm not planning on getting rid of it because I can never get out of it what I think it's worth.
Gotcha.
Anyway, I can't really find a deal that's under $500 a month for a payment.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to follow the homework guy rules and I get laughed out of the dealer.
Well, let me ask you a question. What is the price of the Durango?
$53,000.
Okay, and how much cash were you going to put down?
$9,000.
So if the Durango, let's call it $50,000, just to make my life easier.
Yeah. Okay.
And let's say that fees add 10%. So that takes us up.
So let's say I'm putting 10 grand down on 50.
Okay, but you're really putting 10 grand down on 55, because you've got $5,000 worth of fees, state fees, taxes, registration, doc fee, all that. So you're ultimately looking to finance $45,000, and
right.
And if you financed it for 84 months, and if there was no interest, that still would be more than $500 a month. Because 5 times 8 is what,
right,
4?
Right.
Yeah, it's
right,
40,000.
Right.
So that's
so my downstroke has to be considerably higher.
Exactly. So if you're trying to keep a payment below $500 a month, and even if it's cheap interest rates, you can start doing the math and figure out, okay, it means I probably have to finance maybe $35,000 to be in that $500 a month payment for an extended term of maybe 72 or 84 months.
Right. Right.
So
right.
that's why you're getting laughed at, and they shouldn't laugh at you. They should do what you and I just did, which is just go over the math.
Right, and I just learned that there's a confidentiality issue with who you talk to at a dealer about all of this. So again, I'm looking at a salesman going, I don't even know why you're asking me that question.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't really matter to him where it's coming from.
No.
The finance guy is who really worries about that, right?
Well, I can tell you from a sales management perspective, and this is the way most sales managers look at things. They realize that the vast majority of people buying a car are what's known in the industry, they're known as payment buyers. They have a certain payment they're trying to stay within that's comfortable for them. And oftentimes a salesperson will ask a customer, what's the payment range you're trying to stay in? And the reason they're asking you is because the first thing the sales manager is going to say to the salesperson is, well, what's the payment range the customer's trying to stay in? Because the sales manager is the one that's tasked with trying to figure out how to make that fit into the payment range that the customer has in mind. So that's how and why you always get asked that question. Now, part and parcel of what you as the customer need to do is you need to understand that math walking in so that you know how much you can finance to be at the payment that you're hoping to be at, and then you can figure out how much cash down it's going to take to get there.
Okay. Very cool.
I don't know if it's cool, but it's something I learned over 43 years of doing that shit.
I hope my questions have helped to answer a couple of other questions that maybe one of the other listeners,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and the hardest thing, and I can tell you this from sales managers' perspectives and the salesperson's perspective, is that a lot of customers haven't really thought about the math as to how the payment can fit into what they're looking to do. Everybody used to talk to when I was a salesman, and they're looking at a $35,000 car, and they go, well, I got $500 to put down, and I don't want my payment to be more than $300 a month. Well, there's not enough months for the payment to ever be $300 a month. So it becomes a real issue for the customer to be educated enough to understand what a payment relates to as to the amount that can be financed to get to that payment. And a lot of customers haven't really thought about that. They just thought about, well, I don't want to be more than $500 a month. The fact that it can't be there, they haven't thought about that part of it.
And then on YouTube, you've seen the click this button, leftover 2019 luxury SUVs, whatever, for $125 a month.
Yeah.
So I did that and ended up with 7 car dealerships calling me to sell me a brand new car.
Well, that
I don't know how to get the deal on that leftover. Where are all these cars sitting if they're leftover? And
I think it's just a marketing ploy, unfortunately, and as you're finding out,
right.
Right. It's sure. One of the more unscrupulous aspects of the automobile business.
Unfortunately. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, you, Tim. Take care now, my friend.
Be well.
You too.
Yep.
You too. You guys have fun.
Thanks you so much.
And be safe.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye now. That was great. That was awesome, Deb.
Well,
that was awesome. Hey, Lisa Brooks asked a great question.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray and Zach, are dealers less likely to negotiate on the price of a car if you utilize their 0% financing option?
Well, the 0% financing is underwritten by the manufacturer. So, no, I mean, the dealer just wants to sell the car. And in normal times, they'll do whatever it takes in order to accomplish that. In these times, they might be a little less likely to negotiate as hard on the vehicles they would in the past.
But that's unrelated.
But that's unrelated to the cheap financing from the manufacturer.
Yep. That's from the manufacturer versus the dealer discount.
Yes.
855-587-2886.
Look at that. You say the numbers and people just start calling.
You're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where you from? What can my dad do to help?
Hey, my name is Darren, and I'm from North Carolina.
Hi, Darren. How are you tonight?
Good, Ray. How are you?
I am wonderful.
I love you guys. I really do.
Well, Darren, don't take this wrong, but I love you too, my friend.
So I have two things. One, I just bought a Jeep Cherokee a couple of weeks ago, and I used every one of your guys' suggestions.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to tell you, I felt so empowered when I went in there. I told them how much I wanted to pay, and they came back and said, nope. And I went, okay. And then they went away, and they came back again, and I went, nope. And in the end, I did what you guys do, and I said, I'm walking out. I don't feel any pressure. I walked out, and 3 hours later, they called me and said, do you want to buy our car? And I said, sure, if you take another $1,000 off. And they went, okay.
Okay, wait. Stamp of approval.
Yes, absolutely.
Confetti all over the screen.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Now, I have to ask you a silly question.
Yes.
Yours is not an American accent.
No, look, so Ray, if you say I'm from New Zealand, I'm going to come and find you, and we have to go out into the parking lot, and we have to, duke it out. No, I'm from Australia.
Okay, I was going to say, you sound like that's an Australian accent to me.
I was going to go New Zealand. Good thing he was.
Well, you've been to New Zealand and Australia. I've been neither.
I got to get you over there.
Okay, so here is my proper question.
Okay.
We went, and Ray, I know you're the master of this. We, myself and my girlfriend, went to a Mini dealership today.
Okay.
And she wants to buy a Mini. How much, I know it's a general question, how much wiggle room do we have on used Minis? They told us one at $33,800, and we said, we'll offer 31 out the door. And they kind of went in, talked to the manager, came out and said no. And then we said, all right, we're going to leave. And they got the manager to try and talk to us. And we're like, you can just, we've got to go home, call us. So do we have a lot of wiggle room there?
In today's world, there's not a lot of wiggle room in any pre-owned car. Having said that, I would think that there's probably more wiggle room in Minis than in most cars, because as much as I love Mini, and everybody knows I do because I drive one, and to me they're just a fun car to drive.
Yeah,
they don't sell as well as they could or they should. So I would think there's probably a little more wiggle room in a Mini than there would be in, say, a Ford pickup. So I don't know that you'll be able to get it for 31 out the door, but I would think you should be able to save some money off of the price that they're asking.
All right. One last question. Do you know if Mini is thinking about having their little electric car do more than 100 miles per
charge?
Yeah, because we drove one and we loved it, but that's what held us back from buying it.
Yeah, it's a hell of a car when you drive. It's just the pickup is just amazing.
Hey, it's funny. We said exactly the same thing. That thing had more pickup than all the other ones we
drove
today.
Yes. Well, I think that they would like for it to have more than 100-mile range. Whether or not when they'll get to it having more than 100-mile range, I don't know. I know one of the sales managers at the dealership where I used to work. He lives about 50 miles from the store, and he took one home, and he left, and it was fully charged when he left, and when he got back the next day, it still said, and so he had driven it about 100 miles, and he said it still showed a range of like 50 miles. So
okay, so yeah, all right, but we really loved it. Hey guys,
yes sir.
I was going to say, keep up the good work. I'm not going to keep you on. There's lots of people who want to talk to you guys. But thank you so much for everything. You guys saved me a lot of money. You're saving a lot of people a lot of money. And you're right, Zach. You are changing the culture. You're right.
Well, we're trying. Thank you so much, Darren.
Thanks so much for
guys.
calling
Have a
in.
great night.
Yeah, you too. Good night.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep the phone lines rolling, Pops. You're on a roll tonight. 855.
I'm on a roll.
587-2886. Must be birthday week.
I thought I was on what are those things called? I had tacos, so I was on a tortilla.
His tacos looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Follow my dad on Instagram if you want to see more food pictures. I'll try and I'm gonna help you become a food Instagrammer.
Wow. I didn't know I wanted to become that. But then again, I didn't know I wanted a YouTube channel.
I don't think you did want a YouTube channel. I put my phone in front of you and said, hey, help people.
Say something. Yeah.
Okay, we got 855-58. There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Saved by the bell. You're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Oh, hey. Thanks. My name is Joe. I live right outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Where outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania,
what is your
Joe?
street address?
Because, Joe, I was born in West Philadelphia, and I grew up and graduated from Springfield High School in Springfield, Delaware County. So where outside?
Delco, Lansdowne.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, man. Actually, I work in the Wilmington School District. I'm actually the local teacher union president, actually.
Oh,
so,
very cool. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so let's get to the car stuff. Thanks for doing this. I'll say that.
Well, you're welcome. You can thank Zach. He's the one that ropes me into this all the time.
Thank you, Zach. All right, so me and my wife actually have two cars, both from 2008. I've got a Mazda 3. It's got 150,000 miles on it. I couldn't care less as long as it works. So that's all good. I live close enough to work where I teach and I walk. So I don't care. When my car dies, I'm getting a skateboard.
Gotcha.
Her car is the inspection would basically cost like $3,000 now. And we were like, whatever. Both of our cars are paid off. We're like, okay. We didn't want to do it. Then we're like, okay, we're going to do it. We'll just bite the bullet, even though it's basically what the car's worth, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get in the car to take it to get inspected. I look at the windshield, and it's shattered. I don't know how it shattered because it's just sitting in our driveway. But now we've got, even more expensive. So, we take it as a sign from God. That car needs to go.
Okay.
So we're between now a Mazda CX-30 and a Subaru, I don't know, cross something. I don't
Crosstrek.
Cross what? Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
This is how much this has been like a crash course today. So
okay.
So I've been talking to some dealers all day, or I guess emailing them, texting them, whatever we do nowadays. So the Subaru dealer, they're running like a 0.9% and a 1.9%.
Mm-hmm.
The 0.9, you got to get 48 months.
Okay.
And then the 1.9, you can get up to 72 months.
Gotcha.
And then to the Mazda dealer, they don't have any offers like anything like that. So basically right now, I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at, because I just put it in at the final price as what's it going to cost me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, how do the dealers look at it? Should I be looking at the car, like the car price that they're offering me? If I go back to the Mazda, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just kind of like stuck at this point.
You really want to work on a breakdown of the out the door price. So you want to work on a discount off of the MSRP plus tax and license and any other fees, less any factory rebates if there are some. So you want to get to a total out the door pricing so you know how much the car is after the discount with everything. From that point, then you can start doing the math as to what would make the most sense as to how much money you want to put down and how much money you would want to finance and what type of payments you would want to be looking at. And I will say this, I just read yesterday that Mazda is going to discontinue, for instance, their Mazda 6 sedan and the CX-3 little sport utility, because the CX-30 is really pretty much replacing that vehicle. So I don't know how much wiggle room or in the way of incentives Mazda might have at the moment. So,
well, they gave me actually the one place, Mazda place, they gave me a price already, like the out the door price. Right
okay.
That, and it was under 25,000. It was like basically right about 25,000.
Okay.
Whereas the like the Subaru price, again, I was looking more at the, total with the percentage price.
No,
so get the Subaru people too.
Get the out the door price. And the reason I say that is you can, once you've established the out the door price, you can then ask them what the payments are at 0.9% for 48 months, and then what the payments are at 1.9% for, say, 60 and 72 months. You can then, since you don't have those type of incentivized rates from Mazda, go to your credit union and see what type of rates they might offer you for the out-the-door total that you would need to finance on the Mazda. And now you can start comparing payments from one to the other to see which one ultimately would end up being cheaper for you. Now, have you driven both vehicles?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's the other thing I would recommend that you do is set aside a time for you and your wife to go to both a Subaru dealership and a Mazda dealership, and just let them know point blank up front, we're here today just to drive so we can determine whether it's going to be a Subaru or a Mazda, and just drive the vehicles, because if it turns out that, say, the Subaru's cheaper in the long run, and you drive it and you don't like it as much as the Mazda, you might say to yourself, well, I think it would be worth spending the extra to get the Mazda, or vice versa. So, so the first thing is get your out-the-door prices, check with your credit union to see what they might be able to do rate-wise for you, to see if you can be as competitive rate-wise as what Subaru can do for you, and then drive the cars and make a determination. Okay, so, and I guess this is also why I'm talking. So the percentage is like the 0.9 or 1.9. I think it's the percentage is called too. So that's from the national dealer, right? That's from their lender. So what happens is, in Subaru's case, I believe it's Chase that actually handles their financing. So the manufacturer, Subaru themselves, underwrites that with Chase Bank. So whatever lost revenue Chase would have by offering the 0.9 or the 1.9, that's made up for by Subaru directly to the bank.
Okay, so the dealership, I guess I wasn't understanding. So the dealership couldn't care less about what I finance the percentage at, or even how much I pay in the end. Well, they get the profit off of the out-the-door price? They get the profit off the out-the-door price, and they could care about the financing, because if you take advantage of the special rates of the 0.9 or the 1.9, they're only going to get a flat fee from Chase for placing the loan. If they could utilize their regular rates where they could mark it up, then they could make more money that way.
And I was just going to chime in. I think this is a perfect example of why we created Deal School. Not to dissuade us from continuing going down this path, but just for everyone that's watching and listening. This is why we made Deal School. It's like the basic, not that this is too basic, but the fundamental understanding of front-end profit, back-end profit, how to communicate, the structure of a car deal. Deal School was made for that, and it's 100% free. We're never going to charge for it. It's right there. So I'm going to link to that. Never? I mean, all right, I don't want to say never, but Deal School's...
Because I can tell you there's lots of people that would hold you to it. If you the likelihood is that we're not going to pay a charge for it, but you never know.
Thank you, Dan. Anyway, I put that in the chat, so once we hop off, definitely take a peek. I think that'll be worthwhile. It's like 2 hours of content organized for you right there.
All right. I think that's think that's all I got. So
Okay. Now,
actually, there was one more thing. So,
okay.
Sorry.
Not a problem.
Because since we're doing all this stuff online so far, right?
Uh-huh.
Junky car, they say, hey, we'll take your trade-in or whatever. I'm like, fantastic, right? Now the options are like, great, good, whatever, fair. Now they don't give me the piece of crap option, right?
Well, there should be a rough option, yes.
Yeah.
Did you run it on Black Book?
No, I just clicked into the fair or whatever. I mean, I'm talking about there was like a mouse den in my wife's car. I don't know, so I don't know how accurate that would be. So I don't know. What do you say online? They said the 2008 Rabbit was 3,600. I feel like that's way off. How badly do dealers want like the trade-in?
Well,
just to get me to buy the car, or do they get something out of it? Like,
yeah, I mean, there's a shortage of pre-owned cars now. Whether or not dealers are clamoring for a 2008 Rabbit that needs a windshield and other stuff, my guess is they're not fighting too hard for those.
60,000 miles.
Well, that's a good sign. I would run it on CarMax. And get a quote from CarMax, and also get a quote from Carvana. And I know when we had a piece of poop Maxima, where literally the day we took it to CarMax, the spoiler fell off the trunk, and the clear coat was peeling off the car. And they told me what they were going to pay for the car. He said, "What do you think?" I said, "I think you just bought a car," because I looked at the car as somebody who appraised cars, and they were paying twice as much as I would have. So sometimes you can make out okay with CarMax or Carvana on these older cars.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, because I wasn't like putting too much stock in it, to be honest. But then when they had that number, I was like, wow, that's like, yeah, I would take that in 2 seconds. So all right, well, thanks guys. I enjoy the content.
I was going to say, definitely check out the website. There's lots of resources kind of tailored to each of the different questions you asked as well. So I know it's a lot, but definitely take a peek there as well. It's all meant to help.
Yep. All right. I ran the VIN number. Yeah, like I said, this has been like a 24-hour crash course for me, so I appreciate being actually able to talk to you gurus out there.
We're back at it tomorrow night, so we'll talk to you again.
Yeah. Have a good one, Joe.
See ya.
Good night. Amanda Morehouse. $5. Bless you, Amanda.
Thank you.
And keep smashing that damn like button, ladies and gentlemen.
Mona. All right, yeah. Larry R. says help Mona. Closing the phone lines.
Okay.
Mona. YAA community, we are going to help Mona.
Okay.
I'm scrolling.
Mona.
I thought you had to take it back to the place where you got it. I had no idea you could take a lease car to Carvana. You cannot.
No. I mean, and a lot of leasing companies are now...
Do you want to start with like baseline? You can purchase your lease for the buyout.
Yes.
And then you could turn around and
sell it to Carvana. You cannot return a lease car to Carvana. And a lot of lease companies today are no longer allowing third parties like Carvana to get the same payoff as, say, the customer might, because they want those cars to go back to their branded dealer body.
Because their branded dealer body is running out
Of course.
So, Mona, if you have a lease coming due, get quotes from all those different people, but those are quotes to purchase it from you. You would have to purchase it yourself and then turn around and sell it to them. In the past, it was a lot easier to do that. There's some adversarial behavior.
Ooh, I like that.
Some animosity brewing.
Oh, my God. You got any other A's?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. So there's some asinine stuff going on.
Whoa! I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm
feeling like you could do 9 more nights of this?
Sure. Yeah.
So the promo code's on the screen.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
MEM529, MEM549. If you're not a Your Auto Advocate member, if you're going through the process back on the website, that's $5 off the $49.95, $5 off the $29.99.
Really?
All back.
And at $44.95, they'd still get the consult call?
Yeah, and if you become a member, your follow-up consult calls, if you need them, are $30. You can take $15 off them. So, we're
Wow.
trying. We're trying.
Wow.
We're trying.
My God.
We're trying.
We're doing. We're not just trying, buddy. We're doing. And apparently you got me doing this for 9 more nights.
So, yes, let's just take a peek. What are we going to be talking about tomorrow night, Pops? We're going to be doing how to contact car dealers.
Okay.
You think you can figure out, some stuff
between now and then? Maybe. Yeah. Didn't
Jeffrey,
I help come up with this agenda?
Pops, Jeffrey just joined. Let's thank him. Give him a little confetti action. Thanks for joining, Jeff. Hopefully we can help you. Mike, if you're already a member, sorry. But thank you for being a member.
Yeah.
Can't retroactive a promo code.
No, it's kind of hard to do.
Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Want to take one more phone call? Let's cap tonight at an hour and a half, simply because we're going to be doing the next 9 nights. Birthday night stream, by the way.
Yeah.
We're going like 4 hours. Well, you don't have plans.
Yeah, you saw to that, didn't you?
Please join.
Are we getting dinners delivered that night? You treating me to something special?
Join
steak dinner
Tuesday
somewhere?
night's live stream. My dad's birthday. I've got a few things planned.
Oh my God! And
I know community members have participated as well. I'm so excited.
Okay, cool.
I'm really excited.
Okay,
physical gifts, virtual gifts. Physical hugs, virtual hugs.
Virtual hugs? I'm looking forward to them virtual hugs for sure.
855-587-2886.
Yeah. That's 855-587-2886. Let's go, folks. Last call of the night.
Yes, and then we can banter a little bit about the incredible milestone we've had recently. Dad Tech's birthday is on the 27th. Dad Tech, we're going live for your birthday too.
Yeah. So be there, because we will.
We'll be waiting for you.
Yeah. And you know what? Aunt Doreen's birthday is the 26th, so we're going live for her birthday as well.
Maybe we should Zoom her.
Yeah. Zoom her.
All right.
Yeah, we probably should.
So we're going live for her birthday as well.
Yeah. I hear myself.
If you don't mind muting us. Hey, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where you're from? What can we do to help?
Hi, it's Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Hello. Listen, you guys have done a great job. I had confidence to go and buy a car. The trouble is, I think I've gone and bought the wrong one, and I'm wondering what the implications are of swapping that car out within 1 month.
Amanda, one quick question. Are you Amanda who donated $5?
I am.
Thank you so
and
much.
I did write a question, but it was too long.
No, thank you. That was really sweet and unnecessary, but we really appreciate it.
You don't have to contribute to ask a question.
Oh, it's worth it. You guys are fantastic, so thank you.
Well, thank you. So you bought a car. You're not happy with the car you bought. You think you bought the wrong car, and it's a month later, and now you want to know what your real options are.
Yeah, please.
Amanda, in normal times, this could be really ugly, but these are not normal times in which we live. So, I have to assume that the month-old car has very limited miles on it. So you should be able to get a lot for that vehicle in trade if you go to trade it in on the car you think you really want this time around.
Yeah, it's a 2018 Grand Cherokee.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's what you bought, and so here's the good news. I would run it on CarMax, Carvana, and Vroom to see what kind of offers you could get from them, and so that you have a baseline as to what you hope to get for that car if you trade it in on whatever the new car is going to be. And what is the new car going to be?
I don't know. I've got to go back to square one because it's not going to do the things I want it to do, and it was my own fault. I kind of got to the point where I was exhausted when I bought it, and I should never have carried on with the deal. I should have walked out and said, I'm coming back tomorrow regardless of what you say.
Yes, it's the same type of thing. You should never go to a grocery store when you're hungry, and you should never buy a car at a dealership when you're tired.
Exactly.
Yes. Now, where's your accent from?
Oh, England.
That's what I was going to say, England.
It's easy to say it after they tell you, Dad.
Well, of course. What do you think? I'm
Darren from earlier told us it was Australia. Oh, I was thinking Australia the whole time.
I was going to ask him to put some shrimp on the barbie.
Actually, I've been here for like 12 years, so the accent's not going anywhere.
Apparently not. So, yeah, I definitely check with CarMax, Carvana, and Vroom. Get some offers from them.
Pitch our black book as well, please.
And go to our website and check.
I mean, okay, let me ask you a quick question. Is the black book value even useful?
Yes, it's useful.
Then why do you never mention it?
I don't know.
I'm just being honest, because if it's not useful, like...
No, it's useful. It gives people a better idea of what their car's worth.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's what dealers use.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I used it. It's brilliant. It's very helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Amanda.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you for saving my ass there, Amanda.
Well, we spend a ton of money.
What are you saying?
It's a ton of money that we send them. So every time you're like, you never mention, I'm like, should I not?
Black book. Black book. I'm gonna go see Jazzy and get that tattooed on my forehead. Black book.
So yesterday we hit 100,000 subscribers.
I've heard that.
That was an incredible.
I think we celebrated.
It was an incredible milestone.
Yes, it was.
Thank you to everyone who has been a part of this journey. Pops,
yes.
Do you have any just words or thoughts that went through your head as we hit that milestone?
Yeah, I was trying to think back to whoever the first subscriber was and what compelled that person to go, yeah, there could be value here. I want to see more of what these two idiots are doing. And at that point, it was just a single idiot. It was just me. So, you know, when I think back to the first videos that we did, and
remember the ones with the whiskey?
Yeah, and you thought to yourself, no, Dad, there's value here. We can help people here. And I thought, you know, my son's lost his mind, but what the hell?
Did you really?
Yeah, you know, I mean, what the hell? I'll humor him. I'll do whatever it is he wants to do, and then, and then the next thing you know, it's 50 subscribers and 100 subscribers and 1,000 subscribers, and then we got monetized, and it was like, and it just kept growing and growing, and we kept adding more and more value to our community members, and you know, it was kind of special last night to hit 100,000, to know that we're impacting people's lives in a positive way. You know, that I kind of feel kind of proud about that. You know, lots of people think, well, since I was in the car business for 43 years, I just had to be a thief and a gonif. And, you know, I wasn't. You know, did I separate people from their cash to put them in cars? I only helped people do what it is that they wanted to do just sooner than they perhaps wanted to do it. But that was my job. And I did that job with as much compassion and care as I could. But to be able to reach as many people as we reach and impact as many lives as we impact, and to help educate, it's just, you know, it just makes me feel good that, hey, maybe it took me a long time to find the right path, but I finally found it, and I'm heading down it, and I'm helping people, and you know, nothing gives you more joy and satisfaction in life than, well, helping others. At least I think. Now, I could be completely wrong, and it's so much better just to take, but, you know, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about giving.
So, as you come up on your 70th birthday, and as we think about YAA and what this is and what it becomes, where do you see us going? Do you see yourself doing this for the next 5 years, or like?
Well, I don't think you'll let me stop anytime soon, and no, I don't want to stop anytime soon, because it gives me a purpose in my life. And regardless of what age you are, you need to have a purpose in your life. Now, there's some days I don't want as much purpose as you've placed on it, but you know, it's the satisfaction of helping others, and it's the satisfaction of knowing that I'm helping my son try and grow a business. And so, do I see myself doing this for however long it takes to help you get to the success that you're looking for in the business? And does it just have to be like cars? No, I mean, you know, a friend of mine said, my son's a boat broker. If you ever want to talk about boats, he can help people how to buy boats. He helps people find boats all over the country and how to make arrangements to get them to wherever they are. And, it's not just cars. It could be cars. It could be motorcycles. It could be scooters. It could be boats. It could be mortgages. It could be whatever. There's a need for education for consumers.
It's so incredibly beautiful and also ironic about this.
What's that? I'm a college dropout?
And my mom, your wife, was a teacher.
Teacher, yeah.
And my mom's whole motto was to repair the world, to save the world, you just help one person.
Yeah, one person at a time.
And you were slaving away at the dealership so that we could have a middle-class life.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, you were doing your job and you were trying to help people, but you didn't really, you were separating people from their money.
Yeah.
Helping them buy cars.
I remember one of the owners.
Mom's a special ed teacher.
Yeah.
Trying to help one kid each day.
Yeah.
And if you're new to the channel, my dad's wife, she passed away 3 years ago.
It'll be 4 years in June 30th.
Lung cancer.
Yeah.
It's the worst freaking thing ever. It was terrible. And also taught us both a ton about ourselves and brought our family closer together. And now you're the educator.
Yeah, go figure.
Oh, it's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, go figure.
It's her legacy.
Yeah, go figure.
And now it's your legacy.
Yeah. Well, I remember a gentleman that I worked for who owned a Nissan dealership. And one day he said to me, he says, all you give me is aggravation. I said, and I made you rich. He goes, well, you did that too. It's, you give. It's you give. It doesn't hurt to give. It feels good to give. It feels good to educate. Your mother would be proud of me that I'm trying to apply the things that I've learned in life to make life easier for those that have to confront the beast called buying a car. It's not pleasant. It's not a pleasant experience for those buying and in most cases for those selling. And our hope has been that we'll figure out a way to change the industry so that it becomes pleasant for everybody involved.
Yeah, I just think it's cool, man. I just think it's really... I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really cool. We had a couple donations. Daytona guy. This market is crazy. All the cars I was sending email templates on because of age suddenly went up like $2,000 this week. WTF.
Yeah.
Black
That's
Book
that
report.
stands for the World Trade Fund?
Daytona guy, Black Book report will be out on Tuesday. Probably going to continue to show prices going up. Sorry,
unfortunately.
man.
But thank you for the donation.
Yes, thank you for the donation. Glad to be able to provide information to you. JRVLN. Any advice on how to handle dealers near military bases? OTD price.
Flamethrower. My suspicion, and this is just a suspicion, and I bet you I'm right. Dealerships near military bases take advantage of those who are actually in the military, and it's unfortunate. And I know the manufacturers have some special military discounts and things like that, but you need to be educated. You need to do your due diligence. You need to understand what the market conditions are, and you need to stick to your guns and get that out the door pricing so you know exactly what it is that they're trying to charge you, so that they can't take advantage of you.
Yeah, be knowledgeable.
Yes.
People want us to be auto brokers. We can't, unfortunately. Just too much demand. But we are working on ways that we can bring that back.
Yes.
Hopefully by the end of the year. Okay. Why don't we call it a night?
We'll do this again tomorrow.
So we'll be back on tomorrow night. Please, if you're not subscribed. No need to get pre-approved if you're going to lease a car. Rendy.
No.
Just let them run your credit.
You should
ask for buy rate.
You should know what your credit score is so that you can know what tier you're going to fall under for what the money factors are.
Yep. Thank you to everyone that supports us.
Yes, thank you. We couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't want to do it without you.
7 p.m. That's all the streams are going to be 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
At least we know what I'm doing every night for the next 9 nights.
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Celebrate my dad's birthday.
I can't wait. I hope I make it that
virtual. Yeah, I do too. I got a lot banking on this. All right, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night, all.
Thanks
See you
for joining
tomorrow.
us. See ya. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. What happens if you don't? We're screwed.
Yeah.